Good morning, this is Dwayne, and today I'm going to play a song, and we're going to learn something from the chord progression. So watch carefully as I play it. Okay, let's see what we can learn from that. We start out on the F chord. This is an F chord. It's a 6-9 chord, really. It's got a ninth and it's got a actually a 6-7-9. It's a cluster chord, but it's F chord with all the color tones in it. And then it goes to A flat 7th, and then D flat. And then it goes back to G minor 7th, suspension, then C 7th, and then back to F. Okay, let's stop right there. Okay, notice what's happened. F, you think in the primary chords in the key of F are F, B flat, and C 7th. Okay, and we use some of those in the song, but we don't. The chord progressions are surprising, to say the least. So we're going to learn from that surprise, I think. What happens when we're playing the melody on F and all of a sudden it goes to A flat? Why is that possible? Why is that possible? The answer is because C is in the F chord, but it's also in the A flat chord. So the composer used an A flat 7th there, okay? In other words, anytime you have a melody note, you can substitute another chord that has that melody note in it. What else has C in the chord besides F? Well, the C chord does, the D 7th chord does, the A flat chord does, the D flat major 7th chord does, the E flat 6th chord does. And you see there's tons of chords that also have the C chord in it. Some of them aren't as obvious, but when you include things like 6th, 7th, 9th in the possibilities, it opens up a ton of possibilities to you. So once he takes that F chord and turns it into A flat, then A flat 7th naturally, if you're familiar with the circle of fifths, it goes to D flat. So look what happens. What chord is that? That's D flat with a major 7th. And then he's on D flat major 7th, right? The melody is, okay? Now what does he do? He makes C the suspension of G minor 7th and then resolve it to C 7th. And then we're back to F. So we started out on F, Then we went to A flat, D flat, G minor, 7th suspension, C 7th, and back to F. We went right around the circle he composed. And then he goes to a primary chord, actually a primary chord minor. He does that the first time. See, B flat is one of the primary chords. If you make it minor 7th, where does a minor 7th lead? In the circle of fifths, it leads up a 4th too, right? So it leads to E flat 7th. And where does E flat 7th go? A flat. On the circle of fourths, where does A flat go? D flat. We're back to D flat. Now he jumps to G minor 7th again. B flat's the melody. B flat's also in C 7th. And where do we end up? We end up back in F, right? So we can learn a lot from, my point is simply that take any song that is well composed, and in other words, any standard song, and analyze the chords, and then you can learn a lot from that when you improvise. In other words, if the composer of that song went from the F chord to the A flat chord, you can too when you're improvising, can't you? If he went from A flat to D flat and so on, that gives you an idea of what you can do when you compose your own improvisations or write your own songs. Standard songs are a great model for new songs. Just, the words are copyrighted, the tune is copyrighted, but the chord progressions are not copyrighted. Nobody can copyright chord progressions. So you can take those chord progressions and use them in your own song, your own improvisation, or whatever. So that's my tip for today. If you like this sort of thing, come on over to playpiano.com and sign up for a whole series of tips. I have a new one for you most every day. And we'll see you then on the next tip. So bye-bye for now.